Hi, Minnesota Automotive here. This is Adam. Well, today we're just going to do a quick, short little video, and we're going to actually be underneath the truck this time. We're just going to do a basic oil change and filter, and then just fill it back up. So I know everybody out there has done oil changes on their car, or maybe you're the kind of guy that brings it to Jiffy Lube. Major danger right there. I wouldn't trust them guys. That's why I do all my work on my own. So yeah, we're just gonna put you down underneath the truck and do an oil change. Maybe I can give you some tips and tricks, and at the most maybe this is gonna be kind of comical. So stick around. So we're back. I'm down here in the front of the truck, and this is probably going to be for all of the 2004 to 2012 Chevy Colorados. So here we got our front diff, and our oil pan is right here. So our oil filter is actually in front of the diff, in front of this front cross member, or basically on top of it. And the one thing I tell everybody, even my cousins, when you go to do an oil change, put your filter on hand tight. Don't use a wrench. You can use a wrench to take it off if it gets heat sealed, but always put it on hand tight, because if you're doing a oil change when it's hot, you know, it might be heat sinked to the actual pan. So that's why you always want to go hand tight. Now I've loosened this up a little bit, but I still got to use two hands though, and I know I'm going to get oil all over myself, so I get to have a nice oil bath here. Now you're going to want to do a fair amount of grunting when doing this. Don't forget to swear, too. Ugh. Come on, you bastard. Come on. I didn't put you on that tight. And this is what I'm talking about, that heat sink. You know, this brush card really is in my freaking way. Thanks a lot, GM. Your designers suck. Alright. I'm getting frustrated, so now I'm going to use a wrench. So I'll be right back. different angle. Ow. So that's all you really need that wrench for, is really to break it loose from that heat sink. Now, most everywhere you're going to go and all the advice that you'll get, everybody's going to say, do your oil change when it's hot. Now, that's a good idea because it'll flow better. But I'm doing this at night, and I'm not really worried. It's 100% synthetic, so it's going to flow no matter what. So, I'll be right back. I'm going to go wash off my hand, and then we'll get that drain plug cracked. So, I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. I got my new filter, Napa Gold. You always want to put oil on the gasket of your filter before screwing it in, so it doesn't stick next time you go to take it off as bad as like this one did. And it's always good not to have a rubber gasket mated to a metal finish dry. Just like in the factories when they assemble your cars. Every engine part has assembly lube on it. So that way, bearings and other connected metal fittings are not dry at first startup. And like I said, hand tight. This is a terrible design by GM because this thing's gonna probably drip for a while. Try and wipe off any excess oil here. All right. We're just about done with the change part. I gotta go find a socket for that. That might take me a minute. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that's it. So I can't remember what that oil drain plug size is. So it's not 14 millimeter. It means it's got to be 15 or whatever this is. Yep, 15 millimeter. It's tightening. Oh, there we go. There goes that heat sink again. That's something Jiffy Lube does. Torque down your oil drain plug so it's balls ass tight. So here's a little tip. If you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. On your oil drain plug, if you're unscrewing and you're pulling outwards, it's going to run all over your hand. So a little trick is push in and unscrew. There. No fuss, no muss. It looks like it's coming out nice and black. It's not chunky. It's not sparkly. Yeah, sparkles in oil are a very bad thing. So the reason I did this cold is so everything would be drained out of the engine, down into the pan. All the oil cooler lines up in the radiator would be drained into the pan. All the valleys and valves would be drained in here. I like doing the cold change because you get more out. You know, it's not hung up inside the engine somewhere. So I kind of view this as a more in-depth or better oil change, I guess. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it in this video, but I have converted the truck over to full synthetic. It was originally conventional oil when I got it, and I converted it over to full synthetic. Now, the thing is, I can never go back to conventional oil because this thing will leak like a colander sieve. And synthetic is better for your engine anyway because it stays more fluid in cold temperatures and has more metal properties in the oil, like additives and stuff that are better for your engine. When you think about it, an engine is man-made aside from the casting. It's put together by hand. So why wouldn't you want an engine oil that is more manufactured by hand or by science than something you just pump out of the ground that you don't really know what's in it? All right, well, I'm going to pause the video here. Nobody wants to look at this thing just barely dribble, so we'll be back up top when I start the video again. Okay, we're back at the top now. So I've done oil changes on this truck in the past, so I know on the Vortec 3.5 it takes exactly 6 quarts. So I don't know if you can find these anymore, but if you can, they make the half-gallon ones and they make the 1-gallon ones. So I got this as a family heirloom, but it makes it kind of nice, half a gallon. What's half of 1 gallon? A gallon is 4 quarts. So this should be 2 quarts. So in the spirit of this being a 6-quart truck, 2, 4, 6, 3 of these. So let's get started. Okay, so I use the good stuff. This is nice. I got this nice little pour spout. Stick it in the hole. Pull back. All right. If I can just leave that there, like that. So we had 2. Here comes the next 2. And these are 5-quart jugs. And it certainly doesn't look like a quart. Not a sponsor. All right, that's 4. Rest of this. Nice little tip. Always buy more oil than what you need. Because usually cars burn oil at some point in time. They either lose it from evaporation over time. Sometimes they burn it on startup. Whatever. It's always good to have an extra jug in the garage or in the car. So that was 2, 4. So this should be 6. Now, since I didn't fill up my oil filter, it's going to deplete this by probably half a quart. So I might have to add some, tomorrow or something. I need a little bracket to hang this. Yeah, I'm gonna lose that there. All right, so the beautiful thing with synthetic, as you pour it in, it should be working its way down to the oil pan right away. And we're right where we need to be. Maybe just a touch over, but like I said, the oil filter is going to take up some of that oil, so we should be just about perfect. So we can take the light down. All right. So this has been Minnesota Automotive doing a simple oil change on a 2006 Chevy Colorado. Now, don't forget to write down your mileage so you know when your next oil change is due. I use white electrical tape or whatever color I can find and just write it in Sharpie. You can use masking tape if you're a painter. Or you can use a labeler if you're an office exec. But and it's also a good idea to take it for a spin and start it up after you've done your oil change, just to go down there and make sure one more time that you don't have any leaks that you should take care of right away. So again, Minnesota Automotive, if you liked this video, please like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you get notification of any other videos I put out. And again, you can do it if you put your mind to it. Thanks for watching. Well, oil change is good. No leaks. That's all.